Hello traders, this is David with Binary Traders Headquarters, and today's video is going to be on the Purple Arrow trading system used on the MetaTrader 4 platform. So we're really excited about today's training and what we're bringing to you guys as far as our indicator in your possession. So now you guys are going to download it and you're going to own it and possess it as long as you're a member. And this is a little screenshot to give you guys an idea of, what's possible, how you can set up your charts on MT4. And obviously in this screen, you guys are looking at 5 winners off of just 8 currency pairs. So that's a really cool shot right there. So what's it mean for you guys now that you get to own the Purple Arrow along with your membership? Well, the first thing it means is total freedom for you. You guys are going to be able to do whatever you want, whenever you want with the Purple Arrow. It's going to open up for you guys a lot more opportunities to make money, which is what we're all here for, which is what the team here at BTHQ is here to support you guys with. And that's what the Purple Arrow is designed to do. So how is it that you're going to make more money? How does it bring more opportunity to you? Well, the Purple Arrow's going to be there for you whenever you want. You're not going to have to worry about, technical difficulties. If you've been a member, we were streaming the Arrow, so sometimes we were having challenges keeping it running 24/7, 5 days a week consistently, which is why this has been our focus from the beginning, is to get this indicator out to you the way that you have it now. And when you have the indicator as part of your indicator portfolio, you're going to be able to open up every currency pair that your broker could possibly have for you to trade on. You'll be able to put it on any market chart that's running. And you'll also be able to use it in conjunction with any other indicators that you already have. You can use it in conjunction with any other strategies that you already are using, as well as you can add it to any template that you've already created. And you can use it as you can build a strategy around the Purple Arrow by itself, or you can use the Purple Arrow as a confirmation inside of a strategy that you already have in play. And one of the really exciting parts about you guys owning the Purple Arrow is that you're going to be able to use it on every time frame as well. So it's not just the M1 that the indicator is going to be restricted to. You're going to be able to use the Purple Arrow on the 5-minute charts, the 15-minute charts, the hour charts. Any time frame that you have on MT4 will be available for you to run the Purple Arrow on. And we're seeing really exciting results with the Purple Arrow in the M5. Um, our backtesting and our results we have primarily for the M1 5-minute positions in the direction of the arrow in the perfect setup. However, you guys will be able to use the arrow and backtest the arrow on the M5, the M15, the M30 as much as you'd like and build longer term strategies around it. So that's really exciting. The two things that we do suggest that you have on any chart or template that you bring together to use the Purple Arrow trading system is going to be a Bollinger Bands 2.0 and 3.0, which you will see a picture of, and also a trend channel of some sort. And we will be providing you guys with templates that already have these on there, as well as the indicators themselves. So you will have a linear regression channel that we're providing for you, as well as Bollinger Band setups. So you'll be able to add those to any template that you have, but you can also build them out. So we're going to get into the rules for the rules of the Purple Arrow trading system, so that you can generate the highest probability trades that the system can offer you. We have 10 rules. Some of them are ironclad. A couple of them have a little bit of flexibility, but we still are going to call these the Purple Arrow Systems trading rules. We're going to go into each of these individually, but there are 10 of them at this moment, and it may seem like a lot, but really, guys, once you are watching your charts for a little while and you understand primarily what the perfect setup is, These rules are going to become very intuitive for you, and they're not going to be a problem at all. So let's go into the first rule, which is respect the news. No trading 20 minutes before high impact news or 10 minutes after. You really want to stay away from trading around high impact news because without a doubt, high impact news is going to have an effect on the market. Um, this is an important rule, and this is something that you'll be able to use right here. This is what I like to use, myfxbook.com. You can use Daily FX, you can use Forex Factory. There's quite a few of these news sites out there, and you can find out which one works best for you. Me personally, I use myfxbook.com. We definitely do not trade around high news, and we trade cautiously um, around medium news, and we'll trade all over the top of low news. But high news, guys, 20 minutes before and at least 10 minutes after, you're going to want to stay away from there. All right. And I have a slide here to show you what kind of impact news can have on the market. If you guys happen to be looking at charts when the Swiss franc decided to take the ceiling off of its currency, you had huge impacts on the market in very short periods of time. So these slides are just giving you an idea of what could happen. You could definitely be in a trade leading up to news that is, let's say the purple arrow and the perfect setup, and then the market begin to react to the news and totally change directions and burn you. So it's not to say that you won't see trades winning in the news. They're just lower probability, and they can definitely turn on you in a heartbeat. So rule number one, respect the news and don't trade around it. Rule number two is we don't trade the last 10 minutes of an hour and the first 10 minutes of an hour. The reason being for that is because at the end of an hour and at the beginning of the hour, you have a lot of traders leaving the market and entering the market at the same time and in mass. So you'll see large unpredictable movements inside of this 20-minute block. And again, you could have a purple arrow and a very nice setup inside of there. And because of the nature of how the market reacts inside of this block of time, it will turn against you and burn you. And again, not to say you won't see them winning, it's just a less accurate setup and a lower probability trade. And we really want you guys to be able to, we want you to understand exactly what kinds of setups and at what times you can see these setups that are going to provide you with a winning accuracy 83% or higher. So that's what we're talking about when we talk about the purple arrow and the perfect setup. We're talking about a highly accurate indicator as well as setup. And that's where this high level of accuracy comes from, all of it together. And again, we have a description, or excuse me, a little slide here. Looks like it got cut off. There we go. You can see I have the line here coming down to the time, 2:53. You've got a purple arrow. What happens? It's totally going against you. This isn't really in the best setup because you can see we've got a Bollinger Band squeeze here. However, this is just for visualization purposes. We don't trade the last 10 minutes of the hour and the first 10 minutes of the hour. We're working on an indicator to line this up for you and just make it very intuitive. You'll have a line there that you'll be able to put on your chart. Currently, you guys just need to be conscious of the times that you're taking arrows. Recognize when you're in the last 10 of the hour and the first 10 of the hour, and just observe the market there. Don't take any trades, at least off of the purple arrow trading system. If you want to stay in the highly accurate range of trading possibilities that the arrow is going to provide you. And I just am highlighting a little bit of a Bollinger Band squeeze and stretch, which goes into our next rules, which are we don't trade purple arrows within Bollinger Band squeezes. And when I say a squeeze, this is what I'm talking to you about. This is a Bollinger Band squeeze. And what it really represents is a consolidation in price and price action. So you'll see in these squeezes, you really don't have a large range of movement in price. So it's like low volatility, not a lot of volume of trading going on. And these Bollinger Bands are so crucial, which is why we recommend that you have them on any chart that you're using the arrow with, is that they're going to really keep you out of a lot of bad trades. Like obviously they provide a great visual for when this type of market activity is happening. So you see you've got a very tight constriction in price here. You've got a purple arrow, and of course it's a loser. Um, you have a Bollinger Band squeeze, and you have a even tighter squeeze in the middle of it, and this arrow is kind of coming out of it. Whenever you see Bollinger Bands like this, guys, you're just going to stay out of it. And then on the flip side of that, we don't trade on Bollinger Band arrows inside of Bollinger Band stretches. And what the Bollinger Band stretch is, the way that price moves when it's coming out of consolidation. So the Bollinger Bands are giving you a visual when price is consolidating and squeezing and coming together and volume is dropping out. And oops, they're also going to let you know when price is breaking out of there. And what you're going to often see is you'll see that price gets caught in between the 2.0 and the 3.0 Bollinger Bands. It's one of the reasons why we have two. And it will be going into a trend, into a direction. You know, in this case, we like to call this a waterfall. So we don't take trades coming out of the squeezes. We call these stretches. So we don't take trades inside of the squeeze, and we don't take trades coming out of the stretch. Now, what this does open up for you is an opportunity to apply a different strategy, a 2-minute strategy that goes in the direction of the stretch. We won't get into that strategy in this training. However, it does open up that possibility for you to take a 2-minute trade in the direction of the stretch. It's a 2-minute strategy, which on our website you will have a training video on how to utilize that strategy. But in the case of the Purple Arrow trading system, we don't trade in the squeezes, we don't trade in the stretches. The Bollinger Bands are very clear visual representations of those setups. And also, you know, when you see your Bollinger Bands pointing down, pointing straight up, you're going to just want to stay away from there. Watch the market. You're not going to take Purple Arrow trades inside of these two setups. Okay, so the next rule is we don't trade put arrows on large signal candles closing bearish or with price decreasing. So we don't take puts on candles where the price is going down, which is in the direction of the signal, and vice versa. We don't take call arrows on large signal candles closing bullish or with price increasing. And we do highlight large here because oftentimes these could reflect the arrow actually firing on your confirmation candle of a reversal. However, in the case of large candles, like like these, price would be leaving a range where you could catch a good entry price. So your good entry price would be down here on this bearish candle, which is a candle where price is going down. However, if the arrow fired on this very large candle, you would have come and got in at the top of this, and you very well could have missed your price. In this case, you actually would have won, and we see that these arrows win. However, they're lower probability arrows. And this is right here a scenario where you've got a winning arrow on a call arrow on a bullish green candle, meaning price is going up, winning. So oftentimes, when this arrow fires on a smaller candle, or if you have any idea of candle patterns, it could fire on your reversal candle, confirmation candle of the reversal. It's a good sign that you're going to be getting into a winning trade. If you see it firing on a doji or a small hammer, things of that nature. This is a very good trade when it's in the perfect setup. However, it's the big arrows that you want to stay away from. In this case, this is a bullish arrow. So if the arrow is firing down here, you'd stay out, but you're going to see these also in bearish arrows where the arrow's going down. Excuse me, the candle price is going down and it's firing at the top, and you're going to want to stay away from those as well. All right, we do not trade purple arrows in steep trending markets. So we're watching out for waterfalls, right? So yeah, this is what we mean by a waterfall. And when we see price going down, 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 and this is where the trend channel comes into play and why it's so important. Because if you had this trend channel on this particular setup here, you would see it would be pointly it would be sharply downtrending, which would definitely be letting you know that you're in a steep trending market and you wouldn't want to be taking any trades inside of that. If you were going to take a trade, it would be with the trend, but we're going to coach you guys to stay out of trades on trending markets. They're less accurate. They're one of the least accurate arrows that you can count on, and especially if they're counter trend. However, like I said, we're going to be coaching you guys to stay out of trending markets. You know, the purple arrow is it's at its most accurate in ranging markets. And that's when you're really going to be able to feel good about the trades that you get into in perfect setups. In trending markets, definitely it's going to be less accurate. And you have an example of this right here on the right. Also, I mean, it is coming out of a squeeze. This is what I like to call a pinch. So you do have squeezes like that, the one slide that I showed you where it was constricted across the length of the slide. However, you will also see pinches, and price will jump and stretch out of these pinches as well. And it would be a less accurate arrow in that scenario, just like it is right here, as well as it is a counter trend trade. So the market is clearly trending up, and you have a signal for a put, which is a position that the price will go down. So that would make it counter trend, and definitely a less accurate trade in that particular setup. And we're going to tell you guys to stay out of steep trending markets. Just look. You're going to be able to have this on 20 currencies if your broker provides you that opportunity. So you really can just be looking for ranging markets and arrows and setups in that scenario. So we do not trade on purple arrows on signal candles closing with large wicks. We've got a couple examples of it here for you. And the reason being for staying away from trades with large wicks, this isn't even all that large. You'll see this arrow sometimes will fire on very large wicks, right? Because the way that the price will move, it will create a scenario for the arrow to appear. However, it is a much less accurate arrow because what you're going to see market wants to do is oftentimes fill this wick. So you'll have a candle with a very large wick. In this case, it's signaling for a call or a position that the market price will go up. The next candle will want to fill that wick. So obviously, very much like this case, you've got a bearish candle, a large wick. The next candle, bearish as well, filling the entirety of the wick, price continuing down. So we do make the distinction that we're saying you're staying away from large wicks. You can get in on a candle that has a wick, but it's these very large wicks. If you look on the right, this is a bearish example. This is a bullish example right here. You can see you've got a very large wick here. It doesn't attempt to fill it in the next two candles, but in that third candle, boom, jumps up. I mean, I wouldn't have been in this trade anyways. You can see how steeply the market is uptrending. However, I'm using it as a visual example for you, not to mention it's also in a Bollinger Band pinch here. You can see Bollinger Bands are coming up here, pinching, and prices jumping out of it. So I wouldn't have been in this trade for multiple reasons. However, I'm using it as an example for you. We're going to stay away from arrows that are firing on signal candles with very large wicks. I'm making that distinction clear for you, large wicks. All right, and we take half-risk trades on very large breakout candles. Here's an example. This is actually a winning trade on a breakout candle. So I'm using this as an example to let you know that in the lead, in at the most, excuse me, you're going to want to do a half risk trade on these because it may be a breakout from trend and then you'll have a correction back into trend, which is what this is. However, it could also mean that we're seeing a shift in the zone. So it could be a jump further into trend. So like in this case, you have a downtrending market. You have a very large candle and there is a correction. However, this next candle could just be lower and lower and lower. So um, since the arrow is often firing on these large candles that are breaking out from trend and there's a correction, uh, they're winning very often. However, it could reflect a market movement that is going against your trade. So we're going to recommend that you at the most take half risk trades. However, you may want to just stay away from the trade altogether. The purple arrow in on the MetaTrader 4 platform is going to provide you with a much larger volume of trading opportunities, meaning there's going to be more purple arrows firing. Not to mention, you're going to be able to have it on, right now we stream it on 12 currencies on 2 different streams with the Thinkorswim platform. However, with MetaTrader 4, you could have it on 20 currency pairs. You know, I think at the most, Boss offers 16 or 17 um, 5-minute binary options positions, or excuse me, 15 or 17 currency pairs that you can trade binary options positions on. So you're going to have a very large amount of trading opportunities. So it shouldn't be a too hard of a decision to pass up on arrows that are not firing off in our best setups. So we've got 9 and 10 here in a single slide. 9 is, if it's at all possible, if the arrow fires off with enough time for you to confirm with a larger time frame, which we'll talk about in a moment. If you can confirm your trade in the M5, that's when you start to do that and you take the larger time frame into considerations with taking a trade. That's where you start to be able to discern okay trades with very, very good trades, and then you're talking about getting your accuracy up closer to 90% and above. When you are able to and you practice the discipline to um, confirm your trade on the M1, your 5-minute position on the M1 with a M5 confirmation that indeed it is also ready to turn. And we'll look at that in a moment. And last, guys, you're going to take these trades on the 55th second of the 1-minute signal candle the purple arrow fires on. The reason being for that is because you want to get the best price for your trade, and you also want to make sure that your arrow is fixed. Now, the purple arrow in trading on the MetaTrader 4 platform is actually even more fixed than the Thinkorswim platform, meaning when the purple arrow fires on MetaTrader 4, pretty much however that candle moves while you're watching that chart, the arrow will stay. However, unlike TOS, if the conditions inside of that minute really wouldn't have sustained the arrow, the setup for the arrow the entire time, if you change that, let's say you're looking at the M1, right, and your arrow fires and you get a big wick or you get a big movement, where if you were on Thinkorswim, the arrow would just disappear. The arrow on MetaTrader 4 will stay there. However, if you leave that time frame and go verify it on the M5 and come back, that's when the arrow will be gone. So the arrow will never repaint, meaning it'll never be on one candle and then go to a next. And I'll get into that a little bit more. So it is even a little bit more fixed than even the Thinkorswim platforms was. So let's talk about what the perfect setup for the Purple Arrow trading system is. And you're looking at it right here, guys. You've got the first thing I do when I look at my charts is I'm looking at my trend channel and I want to see that it's a ranging trend channel. So it's a visual representation that price is going sideways, it's moving left to right. That's the first thing I look for if I'm going to give a currency pair my attention, is that I'm in a ranging trend channel. The second thing I'm looking for is I'm looking at my Bollinger Bands, and I want to see that these Bollinger Bands are the width of my trend channel at least, or a little wider, and that they're running parallel to my trend channel. So that's very important. That one is the trend channel itself ranging, two is a Bollinger Band confirmation of a ranging market, with the Bollinger Bands being the width of my trend channel. The third thing I'm looking at is how is price moving. I want to see that price is moving from overbought here at the bottom, oversold here at the bottom, up to overbought, down to oversold, very nicely the width of my trend channel. Then you have a predictable price action in the currency pair on the market that you're looking at. All right, then I'm looking for price to come up, break this first Bollinger Band, either be touching or breaking this yellow trend line, even better, the red trend line. And then on the 55th second of this candle, the signal candle, I'll take my trade. So we want ranging market, a trend channel that reflects it, wide Bollinger Bands, the width of my trend channel, running parallel to it, a smooth price action movements and my currency pair, the candle to break the first Bollinger Band and my first yellow trend line, and then the arrow to fire. I wait till the 55th second of the candle, I take my trade. Now the wick could be doing this, so the wick may be breaking Bollingers and breaking trend lines, and you have a purple arrow fire. That's okay, but even better is the body of the candle. It's the body of your signal candle doing it. However, again, the wick is still, the trade is a go. However, not just the arrow. So just because the arrow is breaking Bollinger and trend doesn't mean that this trade is in the perfect setup. It gets to be at least the wick, but even better, the body of the signal candle itself. And just for a quick recap, guys, you're trading the purple arrow on the M1, and you're taking 5-minute positions in the direction of the arrow. So when the arrow fires, you take a binary options 5-minute trade in the direction of the arrow. These candles represent 1 minute of price movement. The wicks actually represent the range, but the bodies represent the open and the close. So these are bullish candles, meaning price is going up, the green ones, and the blue ones are bearish candles, meaning price is going down. So just really quick, that on this particular candle here, that means that during the 1 minute, it was as low as here, price was as high as here. However, price opened up at the bottom here, it moved up and closed here at the top. And that's vice versa on these blue bearish candles. Bullish is up, bearish is down. This is the perfect setup. Here's another example. We've got a ranging trend channel, Bollinger Bands wide, width of channel, price moving nicely up and down through the trend channel, body of the candle breaking Bollinger, breaking trend, firing, 55th second, take the trade, boom, win that very nicely. And here we've got examples. You've got 4 winners in here and 1 loser. And this is you can see right here, you've got a stretch in play and a losing candle. And you can see all of these winners. What do these 3 winners have in common, guys? Ranging markets, wide Bollinger Bands running parallel, the length of the channel, candles breaking Bollingers, firing, 55th second, you've got winners. And again, here we go. This is the slide that we started off with. 5 winners on 8 pairs. And you could, and you probably will, be running this on twice as many currency pairs as you see here. So it's very exciting for us, guys, to bring you this. What I want to do now is I want to go into some live charts with you. So I like to set when I'm trading from my laptop, I like to set my charts up like this. Let me see here. So I have my alert box here. Okay, see we have got a candle firing right here. Now your Bollinger Bands don't look bad. They are the width of the trend channel. But what's going on? We've got an uptrending market here. And you've got a bit of consolidation. You can see it's a very narrow trend channel. So you've got a consolidated market and it's uptrending, and you've got a counter trend arrow here. Even though it is breaking Bollingers and touching the trend lines, I would stay out of this trade for simply this reason. So that's a good example of that for you guys. Let's pop through here and see if we, again, guys, you see you've got a trend going down. You've got a winning arrow here. So what's really happening is that price is breaking out of the trend and then correcting back into the trend, breaking out, correcting, and you'll see the purple arrow firing. Now these are counter trend trades, and you can also see that price is consolidated here. I would have stayed out of this trade. And I'm just gonna say again for you guys, like when you see the purple arrow firing outside of these perfect setups, it does not mean that it will lose. It's just a much riskier trade, we'll say, a lower probability trade. It's a less accurate trade. And we want you guys to be taking and understanding the most accurate setup for your purple arrow. And again, you'll see them winning outside. However, they're just less accurate, more risky. If you were going to take trades that were counter trend in trending markets, because you saw the Bollinger Bands were nice, price was moving in the trend channel in one direction or the other very nicely, I would say a half risk trade. The choice in the end will be yours, and that's the great thing about trading and you're owning the purple arrow, is that you'll have total freedom to use it as you will, and your results will reflect how you use it. We're just giving you guys the highest probability setup to use the system with. Again, guys, you've got two winners here going with trend, excuse me, counter trend. So you've got a trend here. Obviously, price breaks the trend, corrects, wins. Breaks the trend, corrects, wins. See, I mean, this one's not breaking Bollinger or a trend. However, it wins. This one, you have trend and Bollinger Bands being broken. However, this is a very steep trending market. I would not have taken that trade, but it just shows you the accuracy, the possible accuracy of the arrow, but you wouldn't be able to predict this in the moment that the arrow fired. Here we go. We've got a little bit of a pinch, but you can see that this is firing off in the middle of the channel, as well as you've got a sharp pinch here. So it's not only squeezes, guys, but you have pinches. You've got a couple winners right here. I mean, obviously this is a trending market, and the market is going to be trending more often than it is ranging. However, the fact that you guys are going to be able to have this on 16 currencies or more means that there's going to be a lot more opportunity for you to catch the arrow in a ranging market where the arrow is the most accurate. And it ought to make it much easier for you guys to pass up on these trades that are not in your prime setup for their accuracy. Um, Again, you have a pinch here. I always watch these pinches and stay away from these pinches. But again, guys, you might see them winning. And here again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a loser, but it's nowhere near in a setup that you'd be looking for to take trades. Now, here's another great thing, guys, about you're now owning and possessing the purple arrow as long as you're a member. You're going to be able to put it on any chart and any template that you want. So here we've got the Binary Traders HQ template. And you guys have been looking at this to confirm your charts. I took the value chart out and I added a different version of a value chart down here. However, Now you guys will be able to have the purple arrow directly on your confirmation chart. So you're going to be able to put it on anything. This is one chart. This is another chart here that's possible. Um, you can see you've got a purple arrow here. This one happens to be a loser. There's no Bollinger Bands on here or trend channel, which I would have on any template, but I'm using this as an example. You can put the arrow on any strategy that you already have in play, and you can build a strategy around it or use it to confirm the strategy that you already are generating results with. So what we mean when we talk about confirming your trades on a higher time frame is we're looking at an M1 chart here, and you can see we've got an alert that price is reaching an extreme. This is a repainting indicator, guys, so this one is not one that you could trust. You do have access to this in the Facebook file section of the our Binary Traders HQ Facebook page. So this entire template, you do have access to it through Facebook. Let's see. I'm going to open that up for you guys really quick here. It's going to be under the Files section. Let me get this over here. You click on Files, and here you go. All the templates, the indicators, they're all going to be here for you. You'll be able to access these here, as well as some educational content. I recommend that you become very familiar with candlestick patterns. Also, I always recommend this Steve Morrow video. So what we mean by confirming in a higher time frame, so we have an indicator here, and you can see that the bottoms of here, these all represent oversold conditions, and the tops represent extremely overbought conditions. So basically, it's the same thing as the Bollinger Bands and the trend channel. When price comes down here, it really historically has nowhere else to go except up. So when we see these conditions, we get our purple arrow on the M1, we'll be able to see them, see that arrow reflected in these indicators. We just want to pop up here and see that we're seeing the same conditions being mirrored in the M5. So that's really what we're looking for, guys. We're looking for the M5 to mirror what our M1 is telling us. So you can see right here it is. Now the M1 is obviously going to be moving faster. It's going to turn there. It's going to be turned there while this is turning, right? So but what we want to see is that it is about to turn. If the M1 is turning, we want the M5 to be about turning. We want to see that the stochastics are beginning to cross or they're reaching these oversold conditions. What we don't want to see is that we've got an arrow on the M1 and then we click over here and the stochastics are up here in the middle. The RSI is up here at the top. You know, we're looking for them. The M1 is saying oversold. However, the M5 is saying you're still pretty in an overbought condition. So we would just stay away from that trade. However, when you see convergences, that's where probability starts to increase, accuracy starts to increase. When the M5 is also confirming what the M1 is saying, that it's about to reverse, when the M5 is reaching overbought, when the M1 is totally overbought and turning, this is a great confirmation. Because oftentimes you may see it'll look like it wants to turn on the M1. However, you look at the M5, it's still overbought. It's one which would just reflect that it's going to continue up a little longer. So what we want to see is the M5 is coming down while the M1 is bottomed out. If we're talking about taking a call or a position that the market is about to go up, it's reversing up. So that's what we see right here. All right, we see the M1 already turned. Look at in that 1 minute it shot up here, and it was also confirmed by where the M5 was. The M5 was bottomed out and we watched it turn and go up right here before our eyes. Also, we're looking to see if possibly the M5 is coming to a resistance itself. So you could see, I mean, if it were a little lower, then this moving average, this 200 moving average, would act as a support. as well as you've got a sweet spot here acting as a support as well. So if we're about to take a 5-minute position by a purple arrow on our M1, and we click over here to the M5 and we see the M5 is coming down to a resistance as well, that's further confirmation of our M1 trade, or our 5-minute trade off of M1 chart. So that's what we mean by higher time frame confirmation. And obviously this purple arrow, is just a watch me. It doesn't say trade off of me, it says watch me, confirm me. And the purple arrow is a non-repainting arrow that says I'm about to turn. Watch me and confirm me for the highest accuracy. So that's what we mean when we say you can take 83% and turn it into 93%, 95% by using a higher time frame. Now sometimes, guys, the purple arrow the conditions might not meet a reversal, the conditions might not meet the signaling of the purple arrow until very late in this 1-minute candle. So it may not give you time to get on the trade, in which case you just pass it by. Don't try to force the trades, right? If your purple arrow fires 15 seconds into this this candle, well then you've got time to open up get your broker all ready, and you've got time to click into your M5 to confirm, yes, yes, yes. Click over here. And now when we talk about, we want you to be on demo until you're about 75% accurate, right? 75% accurate, then you go live. And it has a lot to do with execution. I want you guys to get the execution of these trades down. You want to make sure that you have on your broker, that you have your short term, 5 minutes, that you've picked the right currency pair, that you've clicked the right direction for your position, right? You get your price in there, you wait until the 55th second of that candle, and then boom, you hit buy and you take that position. So that's where the execution, the tempering of your emotions, you want to learn those lessons and solidify those practices before you go live. Any lessons you have to learn them with your on your demo account, and support that you've learned that with your accuracy, and then go live. Don't lose money learning, lose fake money learning. All right, guys? So there you have it. That is the purple arrow training for your MT4. One second. This is what's possible right here, guys. Definitely you want to respect the rules, and don't settle for anything less than your highest probability trades. All right, here are your rules again, guys. Respect the news. Don't trade the last 10 and the first 10 of any hour. Don't trade in the squeezes or the stretches. Don't trade the large candles in the direction of your positions, put or call. Don't trade in steep trending markets, guys. Watch out for those waterfalls. Right? Don't trade on the candles that are closing with really large wicks. Trade half risk on these very large breakout candles. If you can, confirm your 1-minute signal on the 5-minute chart. Take that trade confidently in the 55th second, and double and triple your accounts. All right, guys? You have a great day. Thanks a lot for trusting us, and we'll see you later, okay?